What is up, guys? In this video, I want to give you a proven 7-step process that you can use to bring calm amidst the chaos within your life. Because look, being an entrepreneur can be extremely challenging. Personal things come up, financial things come up, pressure gets put on you, and the way that you are able to reset, reevaluate the situation accurately is going to define whether or not you're able to make the correct decisions when it comes to your business and your future in those particular situations. So the first question that I ask myself is, am I in order? And I try and do this every single day. It's like a little bit of a personal audit. You can run yourself through this and you're going to get a lot of really valuable information. So am I in order? Specifically, physically, am I in order? Does my body feel good? Am I showing up at the gym? Is there anything that I want to improve? Is there any sort of tension or something that I want to release? Maybe I need to stretch. Maybe I need to take care of my body more. If so, what specifically and what am I going to do about it? The second part of am I in order is, how do I feel emotionally? Am I processing something or stuffing something that's affecting the way that I'm showing up in the world? Number 3 is mentally. Am I clean? Am I clear? Am I focused on the task at hand? Number 4 is spiritually. Am I connected to source? Energetically? Am I expansive, in tune with the expansiveness of the universe? Resources. Are my assets growing? Am I increasing my net worth? Relationships. Do I have meaningful, long-lasting relationships in my life? Contribution. Am I contributing meaningfully in the lives of those around me? So that's, am I in order? I run myself through that quick little boom, 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 boom. You go through it bullet by bullet, but it really helps you bring control back into yourself, because when you ask yourself, how do I feel physically? You bring yourself back into the number one thing that you can control, and that is yourself. Oftentimes we have a situation that feels like it's out of our control, and that's what's actually causing us the anxiety, is we feel like we are not in control of the situation. So the best thing to do amidst that chaos is, number 1, remind yourself what you are in control, and that's, am I in order? The second step and the second question I ask myself is my house in order? Literally, my actual house. Is it clean? Are things in the right place? If I want a water, can I grab a water? If I need an energy drink, can I grab an energy drink? Is my financial house in order as well? Because your environment is going to affect who you are. There's a bit of a reflection process between how organized you are in your own mind and how organized your house is. And you want to create a space that feels free, that feels creative, that feels fun to be in, where you are motivated to do your best work. So is my house in order? And the third is my business in order? Are our clients getting the results that they want? Are we delivering or over-delivering on our promises? Does the team feel good? Is the team excited? Are people accomplishing things within the timeframes that we are delegating? What can we do better on the business side? And just those 3 steps already bring so much focus back into whatever situation you're in. Am I in order? Yes, I'm physically healthy and happy, and my brain functions. Wow, I have a lot more than other people. Is my house in order? Wow, look at all these amazing things that I already have. And is my business in order? Do I have a skill set, or do I have a business that's going to generate income for me for a long time to come? And the fourth question that I ask is, am I creating? Whether that's videos, whether that's music, whether that's art, the entrepreneurial process is a creative process. And a big part of us existing on earth as humans is a desire to create something great. So that's the fourth question I ask myself in those times is, am I creating? Maybe I feel stifled because I haven't been creating lately. And maybe all I need to do is go in the music studio and create a song. And sometimes that's all it is. Or maybe I'm not creating the vision that I want within my organization. You know what? Maybe I need to translate that vision better to my team, whatever that looks like for you. The fifth question is, am I having the experience that I want? So this is kind of a byproduct of the creation process. Through creating, you create more value, and as a result are able to have a better and more robust experience on earth as a human. Because the more value you create, the more resources you have access to, the more experiences you can take part in as a human being. Maybe that's traveling somewhere. Maybe that's releasing an album. Maybe that's creating a movie. Maybe that's impacting people in the coaching space in a way that's new and unique. Maybe that's doing something for yourself and going out to a nice restaurant. Whatever that experience is that you feel that you're holding back from yourself, really ask yourself, what would it take to actually do that thing? So that instead of living in regret, you can live in action, and you can live in abundance, and you can live in that experience. The sixth question I ask myself is, am I leaning into life or away from life? And we all know what away from life looks like. It's gray, it's uninspired, it's stale. Nobody wants that. And yet we all have those moments where we find ourselves being the skeptic or the critic or having a negative thought. What do we do in those moments? Well, my follow-up question for you, if you find yourself leaning away from life, is, where is the fear coming from? Where is the false evidence appearing real coming from that's sabotaging your ability to lean into life? Maybe it's a belief that you have about the world that's no longer accurate. Maybe it's a preconceived notion that's been installed in you by a particular process, such as a school or a parent that maybe worked for them that doesn't particularly work for you. Or maybe it's just a limiting belief or a cognitive bias you have because you have not experienced a particular vertical or particular area of competency yet. Whatever that looks like, you have to diagnose and pinpoint where that fear is coming from that's causing you to lean away from life and live in scarcity and live away from your power. You need to find it. It might be a childhood trauma. It might be a previous experience you had that you don't want to repeat. Whatever the case, you need to diagnose it if you find yourself leaning back and being a skeptic or a negative Nancy, and you need to fix it. You need to attack it and you need to cleanse it with light so that you can lean into life. Because as you're having those amazing experiences, you want to lean into them more. We all know what life looks like. That's rain coming down, plants are sprouting, that's little babies being born, that's little animals running around. That's the universe expanding into infinity, and that's the potential that you have as a human being. You're a part of all things, therefore you are also infinitely expansive. So to get to that velocity, you want to lean in. When you find something that works, like a product or a funnel or a marketing angle, don't be afraid to lean into it and see what happens with your momentum. It's going to create that amazing snowball effect for you. I guarantee it. And the last and seventh question that I ask myself when things get a little bit chaotic is, what would I do if I was actually good? So this is a fascinating concept. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and basically shows that at the top of the spectrum, the performance spectrum, people who are top performers tend to underestimate their own ability to get results. So people at the very, very top of the spectrum, they actually think that what they can accomplish is less than what they're actually able to accomplish. AKA statistically, they think they performed at a 90 on a test, they actually got a 95, 97, or 100. So it's very interesting what category you find yourself in. Do you find yourself constantly downplaying in your own mind your competency level because you're a highly competent individual and you don't want to sound braggy? Or do you find yourself in the other 75% of individuals who tend to overestimate their capacity to achieve a result, and their estimation of their actual potential is less than the actual result? So they think they got a 90, in reality they got a 78. That is directly tied to metacognition, which is the ability for the human mind to understand and interpret its own internal process and rewire and optimize that process in order to achieve a superior outcome. Individuals in the top of that spectrum have a very high level of meta consciousness about their own process and are always looking at themselves as a project that can be improved, and while being perfect at the same time. Whereas everybody else on the spectrum has a very low level of awareness, and they might not even realize that they're actually making errors in the first place. So that is my run through for you, the 7 steps to bring calm amidst chaos in any entrepreneurship situation. I'm going to run it back for you. Number 1, ask yourself the question, am I in order? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, resources, relationships, contribution. Number 2, is my house in order? Are my financials in order? Number 3, is my business in order? Are we delivering? Are we over delivering? Is the team happy? Number 4, am I creating? Am I creating something? Am I being creative? Am I tapping into that inner child to actually create the dream life that I want? Number 5 is, am I having the experience that I want? Or am I holding myself back? Am I having the experience that I want to have on earth as a human being? I want to say, hey, I went there. I did that thing. That was something I did. So you can look back at your life and say, wow, that was an amazing life. I wish I could get a go again. Imagine being at the end of your life and having a button that says that you could go again and being so excited to push it only to realize that you can't. How would you live your life then? The 6th question I ask is, am I leaning into life? If I find myself leaning away from life into the darkness, where is that fear coming from? Where is that false evidence coming from? And how do I shatter it so I can move forward? And if I am leaning into life, how can I lean in harder and trust the process more so I can maintain that flow state? And the 7th and final question that I ask myself is, what would I do if I was actually better than I thought that I would? What's the type of action that I would take? How would I show up for the people around me? And what type of life would I live? Hopefully you found this helpful. Again, this is an audit that you can just run yourself through really, really quickly. And what it does is really, really powerful. It brings the entire situation into scope and helps you identify the most important core elements to you, such as your personal safety, your personal financial safety, the safety of your family and loved ones, the key core relationship that you have, the gratitude that you have for all of the things that you've already accomplished and obtained in your life. And then from there, from that vantage point, you're able to reevaluate the situation that you're in and then make the appropriate decisions. And hopefully that helps you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. We have tons of content coming your way on how to improve your mindset, be a better leader, and build a great company. And if this is something that resonated with you, or maybe you have another principle that you follow or another question that you ask yourself consistently that helps keep you on track and helps keep you accountable, share that down in the comments, let me know. And if you have any questions, also let me know. Maybe I'll make a video specifically about your topic. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.